jump stop. It's like yes, yes, sure. To the beat, sure. When you give it to me, yeah, give it to me raw. When we get together, do we stand, do we fall? Welcome to the Backpackers Ball. Yes.
No.
In 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3.
You don't get it.
2, 2, 2, 2.
Rap. I got the beat.
I'm the idol, the highest title, numero uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. And understand I got the gift of speech, and it's a blessing. So listen to the lesson I preach. I taught sense to depth in the form of a poem. Got the knowledge from my toes to the top of my dome. I'm kinda young, but my tongue speaks maturity. I'm not a child, I don't need nothing for security. I get paid when my demo was played, to put it short. I got it made. What's going on? What's going on?
That was off the dome. That was off the dome right there. That's what break it down. What you want to do? Do it. What you want to do?
That's how you set it off, son.
See, this and also see the energy is courtesy of my 99-cent Rip It underground freaking low level benefit card freaking energy drink.
You didn't really play.
Why you went top of the line? You and your Monster,
I'm sorry,
your Mountain Dews and all that.
This is not sponsored by Monster Energy Drink, but I should. Monster, holler at me.
Yep.
Anyway, welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher.
What's up, y'all?
I am your host, Marcus the Kid Warren, and with me is my man Muff. How are you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm feeling great. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right now things are about to get mad political because you know the 2012 is the year of the election year right now.
Yes, sir.
So you know, Cipher Crew, for you, those of you guys who don't know, we used to get our little politics on with our old show. You know what I'm saying? It's be on the radio and all that other business, but we wanted to keep it hip hop, and I think I mentioned that before. And anyway, we're gonna start doing that stuff again. We'll try to give it to you probably from more of a hip hop perspective, certainly a left perspective. I ain't gonna front. We are left like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're a little bit more left. I'm kind of in the middle.
Really? Oh, okay. So you want to get your hip hop black Mitt Romney on?
Yes.
Wow. See, he flip flop. He'll flip flop.
No. Actually, no. Honestly, I might as well go out and say that I'm left because you know what? I do.
You are left. You way left. Don't be fronting. You radically left.
I'm not radically left.
You are, man. You damn near a freaking socialist.
Anyway.
All right, yo, check it out.
We're not here to talk about
hip hop.
Hip hop, yes. Who we here to talk about today?
Dude, I've been on for a bit of a minute. Now, okay. I know I kind of put you on to do a little bit.
Yes, you did, and thank you for that.
You know, dude by the name of Rashid Hadee.
He's a Muslim.
Rashid Hadee.
He's a Muslim.
Listen, this dude's super producer MC.
Yes, sir.
It was a mixtape probably about a year or two ago that I was listening to, and they had this track on there called Surrender, which I had to look and say, who is this dude who did this track? It's bad bananas, right? Listen. The beat was real dope, and the dude was kind of flowing on that joint, bro. I'm like, who is this dude? Because that's the type of hip-hop I like. I like my hip-hop kind of groovy. Mm-hmm. So at any rate, I started searching this dude, started getting some of his stuff. Was always really impressed. What he really impressed me with, though, he put out this mixtape called 808s in Hadee, which is a take on the 808s and Heartbreak by Kanye West that he put out. And what he did is he took that album, it was actually the subtitle Chopped Not Screw, which is exactly what he did. So he took like all like samples from that particular album, from Kanye's 808s and Heartbreak, and made it his own, and it like rocks. Like it rocks better than the original. Okay. You know, not to compare, I hate comparing the original to somebody that does something updated because it's really not fair. You know what I mean? Because Kanye came up with it first. At any rate, but there's no denying that this dude had mad talent, right? So what he did is he came out recently with this this concept album, Oral Sex: The Search for Pinky Tuscadero. So for those of you young people who don't know, Pinky Tuscadero is like kind of the answer to the Fonz on Happy Days back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So she was supposed to be cool and all that other stuff. This is before Fonzie jumped the shark, if you will. That's where that term came from, young people. If you hear jump the shark, came from Happy Days. Yep. At any rate, I'm glad he came up with this album because I thought the album banged from beginning to end. The beats are kind of borderline sick, a lot of these things, man. MCing wise, he's a prototypical producer MC where you're not going to get a guy who's going to just spit hot fire all the time. They're just going to keep, ride the beat, keep it smooth, keep it moving, and he comes up with some pretty good concepts like we talked about on the one song, Something Special, which is probably my favorite track on the album. But I thought the album banged from beginning to end. Where you stand on it?
What guys like this? How should I put it? Guys like this, I put him in the category of Kanye West.
Yeah.
and Black Milk.
Okay.
These guys are the future.
The late great Jay Dilla.
Oh yes, of course. These guys are going to be the future of hip hop. People who can produce crazy beats.
Yeah.
Not only produce crazy beats, but spit hot fire over those joints, or at least do the beats mad justice. Now the thing I love about him is he's very simplistically brilliant, is the way I would put it. I mean he is. I mean he's not splitting any atoms when he's spitting, but he is so descriptive. He's so descriptive, and he just comes right at you with it. He doesn't very clear. It's a really good way to put it. And let me tell you something. Something I get so frustrated about young artists. I mean, a lot of people will even send us their ciphers and stuff like that. I've even seen it in the net.
On it.
Yes, a lot of artists, they want to find a niche. You know, they want to find, okay, well, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to talk about all sex. I'm going to talk about all women. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be gangster, whatever. If you want to be respected by the true hip-hopian, okay, you have to do things like this cat and just speak your mind. Speak what's on your mind. Be real, do you, come from the heart, and they will come.
Since you brought that up, let me slightly digress and take and speak on what you just brought up. We'll get back to reviewing the actual album. I listened to this podcast that Questlove and the Roots had did recently before their latest album came out, Undone. And he was talking about the fact that, and this is so true, this is the tragedy about, hip-hop artists, especially today. Hip-hop artists are, unfortunately, hip-hop is kind of the only music form in the mainstream where an artist has to go in and worry about making tracks for their survival so that they can eat, thus foregoing being 100% creative. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely.
You know what I mean? So they always got that pressure on them to make that hit, to make this great this great song. That's what Quest was talking about, and I completely agree. And that's really what's wrong with hip hop. You can't get a guy that's going to go in like, okay, maybe Kanye West is one of the only hip hop artists that has carte blanche to make something incredibly creative, like say the my beautiful dark twisted fantasy album,
classic.
Which is, so I mean that's probably the closest you're going to get in hip hop to somebody making something like saying, you know, forget we ain't really trying to top the charts necessarily, we just gonna make art. You don't get a lot of that today in today's hip hop, and nor is there really a demand from these kids who listen to hip hop. And that's another problem. If people ain't gonna, if the market don't demand it, you ain't gonna do it. So the record executives are gonna be like, you know what, go ahead, you better make that hit so we can bring that money in. You know what I mean? In rock, you can still make your, you know, make your artsy music or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not worried about selling records necessarily as much as a hip hop artist. The hip hop artist has to go in, you know, once they get put on and try to sell records. That's their number one issue. We got to sell these records. When I hear that, I'm saying, okay, now the art is going to be screwed up. So at any rate, that's, you know, I digress a little bit. I just want to pick up on what you were talking about. But back to the Rashid Hadee. Here's a guy now. He's an underground artist, and like I said, this is an underground artful product to me. I mean, it's very much straightforward in the sense of hip hop, but I mean, it's a concept album, and he said oral sex, I think, and it wasn't oral, O-R-A-L, it's A-U-R-A-L. What do you mean by that? If you think of aura, think of the senses and sensing good music. I think that's where he was going with that title. Okay. One of the one song I liked on there we talked about was Something Special, and from a beat perspective, it was a take on Boomerang Slang that was done by Elzai years ago on a mixtape. Okay, so usually when I hear something from an artist that used the same sample, especially an overt sample like Rashid Hadee did, I'm like, okay, here comes Boomerang Slang. I want to see what they do with the sample, because usually I'm ready to hate on it because I heard it before, right? Okay. This dude, I love the way he did it with the drum pattern. I even love the hook on it. The story that he tells over it, it's incredible to me. I think it's one of the better tracks in the album. Another track in the album is gosh, I don't have it for
On My Grind?
Nope. It's not On My Grind. Not On My Grind. Not On My Grind. Let me go to it. I don't want to be wrong. Don't want to be wrong. Don't want to be wrong. Greatest Mother Ever. Greatest Mother Ever is an absolute sick beat. The lyrics are funny because it's, you know, it's like you think he's giving props to a mom, but he's actually dissing her. But that's a different story. At any rate, the beat is off the hook, man. What else you got to say about the album?
Well, I mean, I loved it because it was so melodic. I love the wordplay and everything in the album. It was just so tightly produced. It's an awesome album. You need to pick it up if you already haven't done so.
Yeah. You can download it for free over at Bandcamp, so it's not like you have to go. It's go to Bandcamp, put in Rashid Hadee, you'll find it. It's great. I've been posting tracks on our Facebook page.
Oh, let me interrupt you there and say, hey, look, if you guys want to hit us up on Facebook, we are the Cipher Crew.
Yep.
If you want to hit us up on our Gmail account, which a lot of you guys have been doing, sending us your ciphers, your freestyles, and sending us videos, do that on our Gmail account. We are kidandmuff44@gmail.com. That is KIDDANDMUFF44@gmail.com. And also on Twitter, we are also kidandmuff44. So hit us up, man.
Yeah, and we've been getting a couple of beats, so I know a couple of guys are probably waiting for it to speak on some of the stuff we've been getting. So our next show we're going to kind of dedicate to going over some of the beats and rhymes we've been getting from you guys out there, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of shine. So I think that's a good idea. We should just go ahead and just speak on these guys for about a segment. So I think that would be a good thing.
Yes, sir.
In addition to that, you have anything else to say about the album here?
No, love it. Rashid Hadee.
Yeah, well, let me go ahead and rate this thing now. Let's get
go ahead, man. Get to it. Do it.
I'm gonna say I have 4.5 Cyphies. 4.5 Cyphies. I'm big on this dude. I think it's one. So far, I mean, it's early. We're still in the first quarter of 2012. But at the end of the year, I'm not going to be surprised if this winds up being nominated for one of our better independent albums of the year.
Gotcha. Funny thing is, I also said it was 4.5 Cyphies, son.
Thumbs up.
4.5. Excellent one.
Thumbs up.
This is going to be, and I can almost guarantee it right now.
Okay.
This album, Rock Chill, is going to be nominated for the best album of the year.
This thing right here?
This thing right here. And something special.
Yeah.
One of the best tracks of the year.
Oh, man.
And it's only February.
Yes, sir.
It's only February.
Yes, it's only February.
Something special is that I've been walking ever since I heard it for the first time.
It's like haunted. Stay in your head, don't it?
I've been just walking around, even the wife heard it. She's walking around the house.
What you
My
listening
friend
to?
and her friend. My friend and her got something special.
What you came on day and say, we know we've been lesbians.
Yo, we were lesbians. That was
the track, you know what we're talking about.
Yes, but anyway, Rashid Hadee, Oral Sex, The Search for Pinky Tuscadero. Excellent one. Check it out. Don't forget to check us out on our Facebook. We are the Cipher Crew.
Why?
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 Because the Cipher said so, son.
Sir.
Peace. My friend and her friend. My friend and her friend. I'm saying her friend and my friend got something special. Something special.
Every time I write a rhyme, I feel like Megatron going against Optimus Prime for the very last time. Once y'all stand, once y'all fall, let me know you're not appalled. Put your hands up in the air, say yes, sure. We're all gathered to witness the Babylon.